No wilting despite tropical heat. Spectacular blooms at the RHS Hampton Court Flower Show, now on BBC Two with Monty Don and the team.
Hello, welcome to the Royal Horticultural Society's Hampton Court Palace Flower Show, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary. And the Jubilee was marked on Monday night by a magnificent firework display. There was the palace as a backdrop and the park lit up by the fireworks spread out below.
It was a beautiful evening for it, wasn't it?
Lovely.
And the weather is set for the week. Scorchio, Monty.
It's hot.
It's really hot.
I might
today.
even have to take my winter vest off. That's a thought.
Well, I'm glad to see you've got a hat on.
Yeah.
Yes, and some of the exhibitors have been suffering. I mean, outdoors, a lot of the gardens, they just need watering all the time, the plants.
I was talking to one on a show garden who said they were watering at 8 o'clock at night, midnight, and again at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Around the clock, but... Well, love them or loathe them, the conceptual garden category has been here since 2006, and they are all about provoking thought, and that's what I love about them. Now, this year designers Andy Hyde and John Humphreys have drawn on personal experiences for inspiration for their garden, and we caught up with them on a beach in East Sussex as they made their plans.
I walk on this beach every single day, and it changes every day. The tide's in, the tide's out. It can be stormy weather, it can be sunny weather, and that's what's so wonderful. We want to wrap up the beach here and take it to Hampton Court. My name is John Humphreys, and I'm a sculptor.
I'm Andy Hyde, I'm a gardener.
We're kind of an odd couple, but well, I shouldn't say that.
Pardon?
I'll start again.
Excuse me.
We work together really well because we've got different skill sets. I bring the sculptural landscape aspects to the design.
I come from the more practical gardening base. However, there are bits where we meet.
So we combine forces and we get on well personally, so we have a laugh and have fun doing things. Last year, we won the turf sculpting competition at Hampton Court, where we did Snake in the Grass.
And then the RHS turned around come September and said, would we do a design for the conceptuals?
The design is called Equilibrium.
It's all about the balance between the sea and the land. What the groins do is they try to maintain the beach in a steady state, so there's an equilibrium between the sea and the land.
We have 10 16 feet lengths of groin wood. Around the perimeter we have the natural beach growing plants. I find the groin wood just stunningly beautiful. It has a timelessness to it. It's, you know, man's attempt to harness and protect the beach, and it just seems to tell a story. That's the beauty.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
Absolutely stunning. Look how silver that is. Amazing. The way it's been sculpted in by the sea, fantastic.
Poppies are out, John.
Ah, beautiful, isn't it? Look at the colour there of that lovely lights.
Only lasted a day or so. To an untrained eye, it might look a little bit stark and bleak, but you know, when you look at the flowers and the way they're clinging on to life and thriving here, it is quite beautiful. We've got the sea kale. The sea kale is amazingly robust. The thick, waxy leaves That's the main plant that you see between the Hyde tide point and where the land really starts to be colonised by all the other plants. You've got the bittersweet here that's growing up with the sea kale, tiny purple flowers, and you see little pockets of it. So what we're going to have to do is to recreate that, little pockets of plants here and there, and you know, it's going to be quite interesting to actually put them together to make it look as authentic as possible, really.
What we've taken inspiration for with this garden is just the beauty of the landscape. And we want to share that simplicity, that calm with other people at Hampton Court.
Well, the pair of you have bought the beach to Hampton Court. I think what you've made is lovely and exciting and really adds to the whole idea of conceptual garden. Was it tricky? What was the hardest thing about it?
Well, one of the hardest things was collecting the groin wood. They're redundant groins. They all weigh about 3/4 of a tonne, and we had to assemble those and get them here and get them out the beach for this structure.
Now, you talked about these plants clinging to life, and I've noticed that you've planted fairly sparsely. Was it difficult to resist overplanting?
No, not really. I mean, we walk on the beach a lot. You see expanses of gravel, and then you see little stands of plants, little outliers of small plants. We bought some plants that haven't actually found at Pemberley Bay, but they are on the Sussex coast, like the CP.
But the effect looks very natural. You've got a glorious day to see it, but I imagine that at different times of day, even at night with the fire glowing, it must be wonderful.
Well, last night it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
It was still a little bit light, but the full moon, the fire on the water, the light on the groin wood pieces, it was lovely.
Well, I think it's lovely, and I know that the tens of thousands of people who are going to see it over the week will get a lot of pleasure and inspiration from it. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Now, the whole point of conceptual gardens is not just to please and delight, but to provoke and stimulate thought. And I know that for a lot of people, it leaves them thoroughly confused and perplexed about what they ought to be thinking.